Yo, what's good, boys? Caught a solid trade today in Nasdaq, going along to the all-time high. We are about 200 points away ish from all-time highs by the time market opened, and even though we were, up pretty much the entire night since the new day opened, I was still expecting all-time highs to just be fucking magnet, like it's just a straight magnet today, and to just run straight up. And that's exactly what happened. So going into today, we did have FOMC and we had unemployment claims. Okay, as well as PPI, right? No, that's next week. My fault, boys. Jeez, bro, I'm everywhere. Okay, we had unemployment claims and we had FOMC today, right? So AM session we had 8:30 news, unemployment claims, and then 2 p.m. later in the PM session we had the FOMC. Typically, I would not trade a day like today, but with us, being so close to the all-time highs, I knew that today we were going to go to the all-time highs, and that price action could be solid, like maybe the first hour of market dropping the news at 8:30, but most like calm down around 10 o'clock ish. And that's exactly what happened before in FOMC. Okay, so getting into the charts real quick. As you can see, no, I think it was like $980 or something like that today. Bunch of different little. I took one major take profit just at 2R and then let the rest run to all-time highs, and that's how I got all three of these different positions. But about almost pretty much $1,000 today on my funded account or on my challenge, so doing pretty decent. We got one more trade pretty much until we pass both of them. So yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, again, like I was saying earlier, all-time highs is all the way up here. By the time market opened, 8:30, work out the high of that 15-minute candle. We are about 230 points away, okay? And looking at the past 2 days, we are fucking pumping, okay? With little to no retracements, we are going somewhere, and that's because of Trump. We are going somewhere, and that is obviously all-time highs. Okay, so all I needed to see was a minor manipulation on the high time frame for me to look for longs, okay? And that's exactly what we got. So Asia pretty much is accumulated, per usual. No, I don't think there's really any SMT that was formed during Asia. And then London, no manipulation whatsoever at the highs or lows. And again, what does that mean? I'm going to be looking for a Judas swing and SMT manipulation off of the market opened at 8:30. Okay, and if you look at these fair value gaps right here, we presented two fair value gaps before market open, before the news driver at 8:30. Okay, and I was looking at these two fair value gaps for price to possibly retrace down into, form a manipulation either at these lows or at this low for a possible continuation higher to the all-time highs. Okay, and that's exactly what we got. Form these two 15-minute fair value gaps before market open, retrace into this one right here, failed to retrace into this one. Consider this, I guess, a breakaway gap. And from here, we ran lower, formed SMT because ES swept this low, okay? While NASDAQ failed to swing the low, okay? So that is a high time from SMT for me on the 15-minute. And then we retraced all the way down to it and then closed extremely bullish on it, okay? Look how far we closed up. Okay, we didn't close inside the fair value gap. We didn't close below the fair value gap. We closed way, way above it, okay? So we're respecting it a lot, okay? So that was really good confluence and higher prices. And then this is when I pretty much took my trade right here. But from here, I was in my longs, and then I saw this order block right here. Price closed above. These two down close candles. Retraced down into the order block for a continuation higher. Okay, and then we eventually made it to the all-time highs. Okay. So let's get on the 1 minute. I'm on MNQ so I can show you all my executions. Alright. Okay, so this was the trade that I took. Okay, so again, I preach this a lot. If you see 8:30, if you're expecting a Judas swing, okay, if you see 8:30 manipulate, typically you will see 9:30 distribute. Okay, you're not going to see another Judas swing at 9:30 if you've already had a Judas swing at 8:30. Okay, if there is, typically that's a sign of not the best price action, a lot of manipulation. So that's a good that's some sauce right there for y'all boys. Okay, so yeah, 8:30 gap, news came out, ran lower, formed this very obvious SIBI. Okay, and at this point we had no high time from SMT at the highs. We have low time from high time from SMT at the lows, and we were stacking SMT as well. We had like these little minor, small SMTs being stacked up on the 1 minute right here as well. Okay, so this is just extra confluence. And then, you know, we start to pump up, and we finally got a very clean close above the SIBI. Entered about, I think it was like right here. Put my stop loss down here, connected to the protected low. And just the momentum itself right there, it was just very convincing that price is going to go higher. But yeah, and then we also closed above these up close candles, which, what does that make it? It makes it a breaker block. Okay, breaker blocks. Let me show you, boys. So if it's kind of like a market structure shift, right? So this will be a market structure shift when you get kind of this little. All it is really a pattern. That's all breaker blocks are. Is noticing a pattern. Okay, this will be a market structure shift, and all a breaker block is the up close candle. In this situation right here, the up close candles in the move down. They're once an order block. This is once an order block, and it gets broken above, and now it's turned into a breaker block right here. Okay, it gets inversed, and now it can be used as support for price to go higher. Okay, so there is a difference between this being a breaker block, this is a breaker block, this move up, this little retracement, and this right here is the order block. Okay, not really super clean in this example, but this will be the order block right here. But yeah, so a little side lesson. Yeah, okay, and then I decided to place my stop loss to break even all the way up here when we got a strong close above this high. Okay, targeting 2R. Okay, so let me pull up 4 hour, targeting this buy side right here. Targeting this 4 hour buy side liquidity pool as my 2R, you know, like main target, so I can take off the majority of my profits at. So that was a trade itself, okay. And I'm gonna go over real quick of, you know, what my thought process was going, you know, throughout this trade, okay. You know, everything's posted. I made like a whole video. I did like a little fucking montage of some music because I just enjoy making those on my Twitter, so y'all can see exactly how I executed and how I, you know, trim my stop and everything. But today I had a bit of a tough time dealing with you know, emotion when it comes to trailing my stop loss and, you know, recognizing if this is still a good play or not. I was extremely bullish. Okay, I was like only wanting to see higher prices today. If it offered lower prices, wasn't going to look for any shorts. Okay, it just wouldn't make sense for me. With how strong price was, you know, being, I guess you'd say, I don't fucking know, magnetized to the all-time highs, you know, I only wanted to look for longs. And when I was in this trade, entered right here, price did this, didn't really care too much. We inversed this, or we broke the inversion, don't really care too much. We held this order block right here, didn't really care all that much. We also formed SMT right here as well. So we were just stacking even more bullish SMT, fucking a lot of SMT right here. At the time, we had bearish SMT with ES, it was like at one of these highs. And finally we broke it, and that was at the point where I was like, okay, we're going to go higher. So then I just completely held the trade. But when we got about right here, we pumped above this inverse fair value gap right here, the SIBI, continued higher, and then we just chopped right here. We got down to about right here. I started really rethinking. I was really wanting to move my stop loss closer. But if y'all have watched other videos, y'all would have remembered that 2 weeks ago, you know, I literally lost like 2 trades that week because I moved my stop loss during bad price action. When price it's not moving the best, and as you can see right here, we're just consolidating. I don't know. I don't really think that's terrible price action. It's just, you know, it's just moving, and it's just, I mean, it's fucking rebalancing this shit right here. I don't know. I was just extremely nervous. I don't know why. I was only risking like $250, so I don't know why I was like fucking so nervous, but kept my emotions in control. Realized that I was getting nervous, and that price action, you know, it wasn't moving super effectively. Okay, so that means, you know, from the prior losses that I've taken from trailing my stop loss, the best thing for me to do is for me to not move my stop loss, to keep it at my original stop and let it run to my break even, then go break even. Okay, then move my stop loss. Okay, so that's exactly what I did. Fucking sat on my hands, didn't do shit until we reached this point right here, this high, the high of day, and it was a little too close, to be honest, to my entry, which is right here. I typically like doing it like halfway or like above halfway over here, which would be my break even. But as you can see, there's no buy side over here that I can do that with. So I decided to um, wait for us to have a strong closure above this high for me to put my stop loss to break even. Okay, because we could easily sweep this buy side, then chop a little bit, hit my break even if I put my stop loss to break even, then continue higher. Okay, so that's why I waited for this super strong bullish close above. Then I put my stop loss to break even. Then I let it ride out to this buy side. As you can see, took 4 contracts off. I typically do not scale. I typically don't even take partials. So I mean, I don't know if this fucked me over or not. I mean, I still made $1,000 today, so I'm good. But I took 4 contracts off, had one left, and then it just looked so bullish that I entered one more in. And then as you can see, I pretty much just left 2 runners all the way to the all-time highs. And pretty much the entire time I was managing my stop correctly. Not randomly at all. We were forming SMTs at like these different lows, starting to see a reaction from it, and then we broke this consolidation high right here. That's when I put my stop loss at the bottom of the consolidation. Okay, so typically when you're in a trade and you want to trail your stop, if price starts to chop like this, holy shit, why is it so green? Yeah, when price decides to chop like this and have a large consolidation, and you see an SMT at the higher the low, the external higher the low of the range get formed, and price ends up closing above the high of the consolidation or the low of the consolidation or whatever, okay, that means you could put your stop loss, now you could trust your stop loss to be at the lower high of the consolidation range. Okay, so from this SMT, price finally closed above the high of the consolidation. So what I did was trail my stop right at this low. Okay, protected low. I just continued to do that all the way until we got to this area right here, and this is where it kind of started to suck. Right, we really just started to chop. Again, we had FOMC an hour from here, so it makes sense that we were just going to chop a little bit before FOMC right here at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. released. I knew that price was still going higher, but I moved my stop loss to this low right here, this protected low. As you can see, took 1 contract off right here because I was really starting to think that we were just probably gonna take me out. So decided to take 1 off right here, and then took my last one off at this protected low, trailing my stop. As you can see, price continued higher, running all-time highs. So yeah, man, just an absolute beautiful trade today. Couldn't be more happy, to be honest. Can't complain. This is probably the biggest and the longest trade that I've ever been in. This is a good old fucking 6 hour. No, because yeah, it would have been a 6 hour. It was a good old pretty much 5 hour long trade. Pretty much caught 240 points. Okay, so that's 10-hour trade, bro. That is the biggest trade that I've ever had. Very hyped with it. I'm never gonna take trades like that. 10 hours, shit like that. But like, I'm gonna scale up as you like. Over time, I'm going to go from getting consistent at 2-hour trades to then 3-hour trades, then to maybe 4-hour trades and 5-hour trades. I don't know. 10 hours is kind of crazy. That's kind of out of my realm. I don't really want to do that because that's typically that you're gonna get a low win rate, I guess you would say. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick to my normal shit right now. I just did this today. Had a super high target just because I wanted to leave runners to the all-time highs because I was extremely bullish. Knew that I can make a decent bag from that after taking an amazing 2-hour trade down here. So again, learned a lot today about trailing my stop loss, shit like that. And just practicing the concepts that I've been grinding my ass off trying to learn for months and months and months. So hope y'all boys found something from this video helpful today. And if you want to join in the Discord below, it's called Creed. We have daily calls pretty much. I live trade. Me and the boys always live trading that shit a few times a week. So if y'all want to join in that, we're glad to have y'all. We also have Notion templates that I've made myself to help y'all boys if y'all are new to trading, or if you're more experienced and you want to work on specific parts of your trading, especially for ICT concepts. Wrote a bunch of Notion templates about everything that I'm experienced in when it comes to ICT concepts, as well as psychology and different fitness templates. So if y'all are trying to get into that, get fit, I like to say that your wealth is your health. Okay, if you don't fucking take care of your body, how are you gonna make money? You know, if you're gonna have all the fucking money in the world, but you have a shit ass body, you're not gonna live to, you're not gonna live to experience the best part of life with that money. If that makes any sense, but like, that's the way I view it. I mean, you're gonna make all this fucking money from trading. We're gonna print a straight bag, but you're gonna die early. Like, what's the point, right? So, y'all boys gotta get healthy. Yes, that's a little bit out of context. Also, if you want to do a free one-on-one, y'all can book a call with me. And all that, again, will be linked in the description. We can talk about psychology issues that you're having or different, technical issues you might be having with your strategy when it comes to ICT. So, yeah. Again, hope y'all boys enjoyed today's video. And stay blessed, boys. Peace out.